why are we waiting? Let's just get this thing done. Actually, this is March 22nd, 2023, year of our Lord, here in sunny Naples, Florida, with the sun beaming off me. Let's turn this music down a little bit. It's Wellness Wednesday, March 24th, 2023. And what are we doing here? We're finishing up the plant paradox. As you can see, we have what we started with. It's the book, The Plant Paradox. Let's just get it on and get this thing done, because we've covered a lot. We've been doing this for 3 months, right? 3 months. Actually, it's been longer than 3 months. It's been 4 months. We started this in November. It is now March. I think we started at the end of November, but there was just so much to cover in the plant paradox. We couldn't stop ourselves, right? So let's get right to it. Now, in the 3 months, what have we covered? We covered chapter 1, the war between plants and animals. Now you can see it up here. War between plants and animals. Chapter 2, lessons on the loose. Chapter 3, you're going to attack. Okay? In chapter 1, let's just get down to it. The war between plants and animals. Animals eat plants, and plants do not want to be eaten. That's right. They do not want to be eaten, everybody. They have a serious problem with being eaten. We all know that plants are living animals. Yes, we do. Plants, flowers, daffodils. And when we extrapolate it out, it is easy to conceptualize that, like any other living organism in the world, that lives, they do not want to be eaten. So as a result, there's a war between the two, plants and animals, that you have unwittingly been part of because you are an animal. But ignorance is not bliss. As a matter of fact, it can not only be deleterious to your health, it can be deadly, because the majority of plants are in the essence of being expedient, trying to kill you. That's right. It's nothing personal. They are just trying to survive. Okay? And in chapter 2, lectins on the loose. In chapter 2, we are introduced to lectins. Lectins are the proteins which plants use to debilitate and destroy human beings. Yes, I should repeat that. Debilitate and destroy human beings. They assume the role of poisons, gut biome destroyers, and human organ incapacitators, which means they get in there and they gum up the works. Chapter 3, your gut is under attack. Now, this is a fairly obvious conclusion, considering that 75% of the health problems in America are the result of lectin poisoning and a number of other elements that we're about to discuss in chapter 4. Okay? In chapter 4, lectins, in addition to lectins, there are 7 deadly disruptors that the American population is consuming that aid and abet lectins in their mission to break down the human body. Number 1. Now, I'm going to stick this on here because I think I got this somewhere. So look at this cookbook. I want you guys to see that the plant paradox is so popular that they have a cookbook. Right. Everybody's digging on it, and you didn't know about it. You'd be surprised how many people I talked to here in Naples, and of course they're over 40 or over 45, most of them, and they have no idea that the plant paradox, the book, or the diet regimen exists. So we're out to change that. Okay. In addition to lectins, there are other things affecting you, and the reason why you're getting sick. NSAIDs, broad-based antibiotics, as you can see right there, broad-based antibiotics. Number 2, NSAIDs, which are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Number 3 are stomach acid blockers. That's right, stomach acid, prilosecondose. Okay. Number 4, artificial sweeteners. Number 5, endocrine disruptors. Number 6, GMOs and the pesticide Roundup. And number 7, constant exposure to blue light, which is any light that's not sunlight. We consider blue light. Oh, that's chapter 4. Now, in chapter 5, we discuss how the modern diet, which is lectins and all these other disruptors, are making you fat and sick. Because the majority of Americans are fat and sick right now. Sick and fat and sick, however you want to call it. Overweight. totally and sick. They have all kinds of symptoms they are taking medication for, and you don't have to be old for that to happen to you. There are plenty of young people in their teens and up that are on medication. Yes, the doctors have you on medication, so you are getting fat and sicker. And how do you get around this? How do you know? Okay, well, the lectins that you are bombarding yourself are usually part of a supposed healthy diet. That's right. You guys are eating vegetables and grains and things of that sort, and you're getting sicker. So the majority of the population are wolfing them down and poisoning their bodies because they don't know which vegetables to eat and which meats to eat. That being one. Presently, the taking of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, has become as common as drinking coffee, with over 30 billion doses of NSAIDs consumed each year in America. That's terrible. NSAIDs punch holes in your gut lining, thereby allowing lectins to get out and wreak havoc on your body. Also part of the American diet are broad-based antibiotics, which we discussed. That was one of the first ones right there. The top. Kill. Yeah, they kill. Well, doctors prescribe these at the same rate as NSAIDs, which is like you're taking them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A lot of you guys. Broad-based antibiotics when you catch a cold, when you get the flu, have some rash, you got a rash, they're going to usually prescribe a antibiotic, and they're wiping out your gut flora. They're wiping out your good bugs. Now, if that's not bad enough, then many of you are taking anti-acid blockers. Yeah, you want to block a lot of that hot acid, stomach acid that you're getting. And when you wipe out your good bugs, these aid in the proliferation of your bad bugs because the acid generally kills your bad bugs. Your stomach acid, they go out there and they kill your bad bugs. But when you block that, your bad bugs are now free to roam the country. And they grow and they grow and they grow. In addition to that, the artificial sweeteners, yes, those things right there, they also aid in killing your intestinal gut biome flora. So broad-based antibiotics and those guys and your artificial sweeteners are wreaking havoc on you, okay? And you're sick, okay? Then genetically modified foods, because GMOs do not nourish your body. And when your body's not getting nourished, when you're not feeling like you're eating and you're getting the nourishment you need, it prompts you to eat more. So you're getting fatter and sicker. Then you have endocrine disruptors, which promote more obesity and diabetes and other metabolic problems. Roundup and other pesticides, which are poisoning your body. And of course, which we suffer from, a lot of us, the lack of sleep, which makes one eat even more. All of these things have become part of the American diet, the modern diet in America. And this is why Americans are fatter and sicker than ever before. Now, we are here at the end of chapter 6. That's what all this is about. We went through chapter 5 and we talked about that. Chapter 5 was, well, you're going to have to read it or else go back and look at the video that I did on it. That's very important. In chapter 6, what you stop eating is more important than what you start eating. Pay attention to the care and feeding of your gut bugs. Rule number 3, fruit might as well be candy. And rule number 4, you are what you eat. Now, we're here at the end of chapter 6, which is titled Revamp Your Habits. That's what it was called. Chapter 6 was called Revamp Your Habits. It's the final chapter before you're given the recipes and the tools to do the change. So let's go. The revolutionary approach of the Plant Paradox program will help you achieve both optimal health and the ability to manage your weight by feeding you and your gut bugs what you both need. There are 3 phases to the implementation of it. Phase 1, the 3-day cleanse. And this begins the process of repairing your gut and fortifying your good microbes. That's right. Banishing most of the bad microbes. And at the end of this 3-day cleansing, your gut organisms will have changed, and therefore your gut has changed. but you must move directly from phase 1 to phase 2 to prevent the most immediate return of the bad guys. Phase 2. Here's where the plant paradox really kicks in, and I'm speaking as if I'm Dr. Gundy. All I ask is that you give me 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and in return, I will give you back your life. After 2 weeks, you will feel and see the change. It is powerful. After 6 weeks, you will have ingrained these new eating habits. And during that time, I'm going to ask you to eliminate or reduce certain foods and eat more of others. Here's an overview of it. Initially, you'll eliminate major lectins such as grains, which means wheat, oat, barley. No more drinking beer, guys, if you can. Legumes and corn and soybeans. You will also eliminate all sugars and artificial sweeteners. You will minimize the intake of most omega-6 fats. Eliminate industrial farm-raised poultry, including so-called free-range poultry, all farm-raised livestock, along with their dairy products, and all farm-raised fish, for they are fed antibiotics, corn, and beans full of omega-6 and laced with Roundup. You will also avoid all endocrine disrupting products. You will consume more omega-3 fats, consume no more than 8 ounces of animal protein a day, primarily as wild-caught fish and shellfish, as well as eggs from pasture or omega-3 fed chickens. Then, only 4 ounces of your daily protein should come from grass-fed or pasture-raised meat. Consume dairy products only from certain breeds of cows or sheep and goats and water buffalo. Who knew water buffalo made milk? But they do. These have to make casein A2 milk. Casein A2 milk. Well, we used to get an A1, and that's what gives us indigestion, and it's not good for us. So you want A2 milk. Now, phase 3. Phase 3 is optional. You can reduce all animal protein, including fish, to a total of 2 to 4 ounces a day and fast intermittently. Now, that gets you right into the recipes. And let's just get to my experience with the plant paradox. And here is my experience. Now, I keep a journal. And one day, on January 13th, 2015, after buying a newfangled biometric cosmic scale, whatever they call it, they measure everything from your visceral fat to your subcutaneous fat and da-da-da. But anyway, I hopped on the scale and I weighed myself. And I only wrote down 2 of the measurements, the only 2 that I understood at the time. One was my weight, which was 206 pounds, and the other was my body fat, which was 24%. Now, as I weighed myself, I thought I was kind of flabby and sloppy, and I wasn't having any definition. So my thought was that I needed to get bigger muscle mass. I needed to gain weight, okay? The sloppiness, out of shape, feeling tired thing, okay? I was not looking to lose weight. That was not it. I was looking to reduce fat by turning the fat into muscle, which actually translates into gaining weight. Now, how did all that go? From 2015, 8 years ago, to last week or 2 weeks ago when I had a birthday and I turned 64. So 8 years ago, I was 56, and now I'm 64. And what has changed? Well, so I hopped on the scale to check it out. Where am I at age 64? Well, now I weigh 183 pounds, which is 26 pounds lighter. And I have 17% body fat. So I've lost 23 pounds. Yeah, 23 pounds and 7% of my body fat in 8 years, from 56 to 64. When most people are putting on the pounds and body fat, I haven't. In fact, I've lost pounds and body fat. As a matter of fact, I've lost subcutaneous fat. I've lost visceral fat. I've lost all those things because now I measure those things. And now I can see that I'm actually getting into pretty good shape. BMI, all the rest of those, body mass index and everything. I have more energy, as you can tell. I have more energy. I have more stamina. I have more vitality. I feel more virile than I did in 2015. And as good as that sounds, and it is over the top good news, I haven't told you the best part. The best part of all of this is the majority of my aches and pains are G-O-N-E gone. G-O-N-E gone. Gone with the wind. See you later, gone. And I can't tell you how good that feels. I can't tell you that getting out of bed and not hearing snap, crackle, pop. I can't say that is the best part of my day, when I can get out of bed and I don't hear snap, crackle, pop of my bones and whatever else is popping at the time. So that feels great. And I can do burpees. Yes, I can do burpees again. I can do jumping jacks. I can skip rope, or I can do 100 sit-ups in one sitting. One setting. I can do it back to back. I would have never imagined doing this. But all of this, I unequivocally attribute to, well, this book. This book. That is the change in my diet because of this book over the last 4 years has led to being able to do burpees and sit-ups and push-ups and jumping jacks and jumping rope and all of those things. So in closing, as we close out the Plant Paradox, thank you to Dr. Gundry for changing my life. And because of that, Dr. Gundry, I have passed this on to at least 100 to 150, if not 200 people. That's right. If it can work miracles in me, yes, I was a slacker and I was hurting. My body hurt to do exercise. So it took a lot to do exercise because the pain. So I was not looking forward to it. But when I changed my diet, a lot of the pain changed, it reduced, and I also received more stamina and power and energy in order to do the workouts. So with that, that's it. Next week, we'll move on. We're going to take on the longevity paradox, which is the book that I originally started with that actually led me to the plant paradox, because he kept referring to everything that he was talking about in the plant paradox. And I'm going, I haven't read that book, but I'm reading the longevity paradox because I'm worried about my health. And I'm not feeling too like I'm long on the longevity list. So I'm reading the longevity list, and he keeps talking about the plant paradox. And I then go back and read the plant paradox, and then went, whoa, this has got to get out. This has got to be known. This has got to be told. This should be heralded in like a clarion call all across the country, especially to everybody who is over 40, 45. You can feel better. You can look better. You can do a lot of the things you used to do. And in addition, my prostate problems are gone. Yeah, you heard it. I don't have to get up in the middle of the night anymore to go to the bathroom. Haven't done it in months since I started finalizing the last bit of this, protocol with the plant paradox. That's right. It changes nearly everything that has been happening to you. So I can't recommend it enough as I tell you to get the book, follow along. I'm looking for my videos. Some of them seem to be missing, but just email me. Go to my website, Amazing Grace Sports Network, and email me, and I will give you all the information you need to know on the plant paradox in order for it to make it part of your diet, so that you might even grow your hair back. Who knows? With that, I say goodbye. Listen, everybody, March 22nd, 2023 year of our Lord, I am Clay Morris, here to tell you, go get the book. And all those things you're complaining about, you probably won't be complaining about them for too much longer. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good time. Good evening. Ciao, Bella. What do we have for music? Let's see what we got. Let's pump up some music here. I don't know that. Here we go. We got some music. How's that? Goodbye.